Okay, welcome after the break. I've got a massive grin on my face because I am talking to Panjabi MC and, getting those things out of him that, a lot of you want to talk about. Before that, just come to quick shout-outs as well. It says, hi, really love the show. I like the fact that you have done your research on the guests before the interview. Okay, loads of research on him. And my mom says, guests no hor tang kar. That's not what I want to do. I'm tang thoro kar. Bhai, main ton tang kita aj.
थोड़ा बहुत कितना बार
नहीं यार मैं कितने तंग किता ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਸੁਭਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਚਾਹ ਪਾਣੀ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਪਿਲਾਇਆ That's from Sunny Jahal. Auntie ji ਮੈਂ ਸੂਤ ਕਰੂੰਗਾ ਨਾ ਗੈਸਟ ਨੂੰ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ we're going to go on talking about your new album
on, auntie.
It's been a long time, man. What you been up to?
Well, I guess I've just been like out there doing the shows, like I say, learning out what's going on and a lot of messing around. When I think I first started seriously working on this album about a year ago, but before that I was just making tracks because I find that nowadays I think it's better not to release the album. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not going to release my albums, but if you're making an album and people are coming to the shows to hear your tracks,
right?
Like Snake Charmer, became like an anthem, and now that it's released, maybe it won't be such an anthem in that market anymore because everybody's got it now and they've heard it, they're bored of it, whatever. But so, luckily I've got another 20 tracks, which I play out shows anyway, and that are not released. So in a way, you put your stuff on the market, high percentage of people are downloading it, they're getting it for nothing.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think, is it better off not releasing an album? Just having an album which is never going to be released.
Right.
And so people just think, okay, the only time we're going to hear that album is at the shows.
Right.
So so basically, you're just going to get twice as many shows. You're going to make 10 times much more money out of it.
Do you actually make money off the back of albums? And I know because you've recently moved. I mean, you've released this album obviously on your own record label, but you were with Natural, with Movie Box. I mean, people think on this show, we've given people the right to sort of speak their mind. A lot of singers feel that ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੜੀ ਬੁਰੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਕੰਪਨੀਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਦਿੰਦੇ. But as a producer, does that happen to you as well then?
I guess so. It does a little bit, but you learn because it's no point, saying to someone like, what you got to talk to that guy because, it's up to you to walk into a place. If you want to give somebody £10,000 to buy an apple, you can, and then you're going to blame someone, that's up to you. If you want to do that and complain, do that and complain. But the point is, when you go and when you're dropping a track, it's up to you to negotiate. But let me tell you though, there's two ways that the industry works, right? Because one way is the proper royalty way. Right. That goes with exclusive vibes. You know what I'm saying? If I'm getting a singer and saying, you know what, I'm going to pay you, no money, but I'm going to give you a percentage of this now, plus a fee, for expenses, and then you're going to get a percentage. That's fine, but then that singer can't go around singing 1,000 songs for everyone, so that I can't then have anything worth selling. So I'm trying to say, alternatively, what the singers do is they sing a load of songs. They're singing 10 songs a day.
Right.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So they're getting, £10,000 or X amount of £1,000 per day. And out of those tracks, only a certain percentage are getting released.
Right.
And out of those tracks, only a small percentage are making money. So I'm going to say, so when that person's gone and made that money, they've already made that money because they've gone and sang 500 songs or 600 songs for someone. They've made twice as much as that guy anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, so it's two ways you work. You either work session fee, in which case you can go in every day recording song on song on song on song all day long for everyone, which is how it works in India and it works with a lot of people. And you say to them singers, you know what, I'm not going to, I want to give you an exclusive contract now. We're going to do 3 albums a year or 4 albums or 5 albums a year. You're going to get your full royalty, your full thing. Them mans are like, look, we don't want to do that because at the end of the day, we want to sing 1,000 songs.
Right.
So, that's going to go up to 2,000 the next time I mention it. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is, that's how it works. I used to, when I first got into hip hop, and even with I play Thumbi and whatnot, and people ask me for session, for session work. I've gone into I've gone further than that. I've produced tracks for people. You know what I'm saying? Where they've paid me for a song. And then
is that like ghost production, as this the word keeps on kind of popping up, and so you've done that kind of stuff as well.
I've always done that, and like I say, sometimes the song's gone big, and I'm no point in me going up to that person saying, "Well, now you owe me more money."
Right.
Understand? Because otherwise.
I
should have put my name on there. Well, there's that as well. Obviously, there's that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that we should stick with your word. What's the point of going on? But like I say, it's not. I don't think it's about people actually hating on people, because I think if me and Junjua ever went into a studio together, it'd be phenomenal vibes coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Could that happen?
Well, of course
would you like it to happen?
Of course I would. No doubt. I mean, I'm up for working with anybody.
Because you brought the Junjua word back up, but he's doing hugely well now.
Oh, brilliant!
And he sat here and said, "Yeah, it's because of you." So he has given that credit to say that he has done it because of you. Now, Bobby,
but he's doing good now. But if you got back in the lab with me, he'd be doing on the next levels. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
It'd be like we'd be up there in the US, like forget Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But man's like I say, man's trying to get there without me. But the thing is, I've spent 15 years in the lab every day. You know what I mean? Making them crossover flows and making it right, and that's what a producer does. You know what I'm saying? If a producer didn't do that, we wouldn't have any tracks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Coming back to your album, I've had Bobby Uppal, he says loves track 8 on this album, Indian Timing. Where did the name come from, actually? I like the name.
Indian Timing, oh, well, it was just about 2 years ago, I said to some guys I'm gonna start working on my album now.
Yeah.
It's like a year later, I still hadn't started working on it, and so that's where the kind of name came, like Indian Timing, and, so it was just like, I think someone said it to me that you might as well call it Indian Timing.
Do you turn up to your gigs on time then?
Yeah. It was a guy called Sat from Leicester.
Right. He's the man responsible for the name. That's
his
good.
fault.
That's good though. You're giving credit to the person at least, who did that.
Yeah,
that's so vital and so important in our industry to do that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I do. I mean, right at the end of the day, I spend like hours in the lab cutting up cushions and putting together a piece of instruments and stuff, and at the end I just give the credit to the guy who played it for the one session, you know what I'm saying? Right. Sometimes that guy don't even know what he's playing on, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good.
I mean, you went, because another thing that I do like about you is apart from introducing, Mundiya to Bach Gaye in a pure Panjabi format, I really love that you did that, and I respect you for that. You've also brought the old Sucha Surma back into play, and Juna Mord as well, but I'm surprised that you've taken Gulshan Komal version of Juna Mord, the female version of Juna Mord, from the album Juna Mord by Surinder Shinde, because there's other huge tracks in there, Aabad Dogra Hoya Gaya Tera Mord Jawaya. I think you might have gone for something like that.
Well, you know what, that Juna Mord, like I said, I mean, I didn't really choose these tracks on this album like that. I made about 40, 50 tracks, like, I used to play at shows, and we just made it. And the Juna Mord is like, I was playing the song to a bunch of guys. It's on a CD that was got the Marnik, it's got the Shindas, it's got all the tracks on there. And that one, the man was like, we love the track, you know what I mean? But what's it got to do with us? And they were like, I said, well, because we'd have one of them situations like, put the hip hop on, put the R&B on, I'll put the Bhangra on, put the Desi on, put it, everybody's got their own thing. And I just thought, what do you mean? What do you mean? What's it got? Because I remember the days when people were scared of that song. You know what I mean? Listening to that song like, Johnny, well, that vibe, as a kid, I was scared of it, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, come on, when the Shinda's on there shouting his head off.
I think that's one of Surinder Shinda's one of his best piece of work is Juna Mord.
Okay, yeah.
I personally feel that I think.
Well, personally, I think he's done phenomenal stuff.
Yeah.
Like the album that like Sukhi, for example. Sukhi, I mean, his voice on there is just. But then he's again, I mean, Shinda again. I'm so happy to say that he's still there.
He is.
He just hasn't lost any of it, and he's still there. And it's just, what? Yeah, we're going to have to do a Shinda album as well.
You're writing them all down now, aren't you?
Yeah, but you know what?
My ideas from
what we're going to do when I come down at Christmas.
Yeah.
We're going to brainstorm. Let everyone do the eating and whatnot.
Right.
We'll brainstorm live on TV.
Excellent. You were saying that there's lots of young football teams you support. Do you feel in the Bhangra industry you're a bit of an icon especially for youngsters as well, who look up to you and think, Panjabi MC. So what are you giving back to the community? Like Gurdas Man said to me once.
My blood. I'm saying, what do you mean, what am I giving back? Come on, I'm out here sweating every day. I'm saying, you guys are out there, having a life, going town, buying presents. What am I doing? I'm in the lab, locked up. Putting the bits together, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, I think, you know, with the music, as long as, like, you don't need to give anything back except for the fact that as long as you actually care about the music you're making and you concentrate on it and it's what you care about, then that's enough to, you know, I guess.
Locked up in the lab, having champagne in Spain
Cakes,
somewhere, and crates of going in the East. And is that all while you're locked up, or do they let you out?
It turns out like that sometimes, definitely. You know, it's supposed to be, you know, no heaters, you know, just a torch on your keyboard.
Like you get a track on this album called Chips. Where does that come from? Is that when you're hungry in the lab?
The title came from there. No, but no, chips. We're talking about the chips you throw on the table.
Ah, okay, as in
the chips are
gambling.
Down, and when the chips are up. You know what I mean?
Right. Are you, how do you feel at the moment? Are your chips up or chips down?
I've got a New York singer on there called V12.
Right.
Phenomenal singer. So check his voice out, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's like if you talk about some of the album, there's like there are Bart the track on there. That one. I mean, I was in India, and well, first I was in New York, and I was in Universal Building. I come out of Universal Building, and you know, like there's basically that is Universal House is the heart of the music industry in the world.
Right.
And all the majors.
It's a bit of the Ludhiana of...
It's all the majors.
Right.
Headquarters are there. You know what I'm saying? Rockefeller, all the hip hop biggest labels that you know ever heard of. These artists that you hear about, you know, America, New York. You never get to hear the ones that are from Germany because they've got Universal House. But anyway, let's not go there. Walked out of there. It's like fame. You know, you see a bunch of guys. I've seen this one guy in his Jeep, like G'd up. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, who are you doing? Because they just go to anyone that's come out of that building. You know, who are you? Okay. You know, you see Eric Sermon walking out. You see, you know, all of them just in and out of the place. So I said, Panjabi MC, and he says, yeah, Jay-Z, Panjabi MC, come on, let's hook it up. So went in the lab, recorded this song, and this guy's just from the street, you know.
Yeah.
And then so I had this rap recorded up from Sharp, and then I was in Panjab. We was in Jalandhar recording up on in Kuljit Sharma studio.
Right. Okay.
And basically he was up on the roof, and I heard this singer making the tea. Well, he was making the tea. It was a guy making the tea, Gulson. It sounded like the best singer I've ever heard.
He was making the tea, he was singing?
Yeah.
He obviously knew you were in the house then. Because he's probably saying, Shayad Panjabi MC meri bhi.
Yeah, well, he's probably thinking he's working in a studio.
Yeah.
Going up a year on that. You know, if he was working in, like, you know, somewhere else, you know, he'd probably learn, you know, no doubt. That's what they do, you know, and it works because, no, but I'm not trying to be funny, but this guy, it sounded like someone just auto-tuned his voice up.
Okay.
You know, it's coming out of his mouth like his auto-tuned. Wow. You know, like the notes. And I just thought, you know what, this guy's one of the best singers I've ever heard in my life, yeah? So took him in the room downstairs, recorded him up, and like immediately the vibe that came to me was Sharp. You know, I thought, you know, there's a rapper, like one of the best rappers I heard of, unheard. Here's a guy in Jalandhar, one of the best singers I heard of, unheard. Yeah. Put them on a track together, you know. And so that's what basically that track's about.
It's industry for a while. A bit of a don of the industry. How do you feel about the UK industry at the moment, or the music industry all around?
Yeah, I mean, as we know, there's a lot of situation with the bootleg and the downloading situation that's going on now. I guess it's all part and parcel. I mean, what can you say? What can you do? You know, I accept it and kind of like get with it, you know, and just try and be a part of what's going on. You know, I never diss what people do. The crowd to me is like, you know, God, basically. Right. You know? And so the crowd is never wrong, you know. Right. Say if they feel like bootlegging everything and downloading it all, then yeah, you know what?
I mean, you're going to speak at some gathering regarding piracy, or there's a discussion. I mean, what would you feed into that regarding piracy?
Yeah, it's a discussion at Cov University, which is basically they're just talking about students on there. They're talking pro-piracy. I mean, I can't see the advantages of some guy on a stall outside a shop, you know, selling it on a main road, selling CDs that should be like £5 or £10. He's selling them for £2. You know, I can understand if he was selling them for £10 or £9, but to say that, you know what, I want to make the money rather than PMC or some other guy on the middleman or the distributor, or all these guys don't need to make the money. I want to make it. But if he's selling it for £2, which is the same rate you would get, you know, them sort of things I can't, you know, them things I can't understand, because I just think to myself, you know, why take the risk? You know what I'm saying? Why go down that road? But, you know, when it comes to what are the effects, the overall effects of everyone having access to music free, then I guess, you know, I can see some advantages to that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, you can, you know, like, especially, I think maybe it happens more in our community because like, a friend of mine, friend of a friend I was talking to, and he'd brought home this film, Sing is King or whatever, and he said, whoa, you know, मैंने नहीं पता DVD TV आ गई हले, you know, it's still in the cinemas. It goes like, तू जिन्नियां मर्जी तू 10 केड़ी फिल्म है मुंडा बेचदा उत्थे फलाने खड़ा एल्बम भी बेचदा है, everything like that. But I think maybe शायद ਅਸੀਂ नहीं realize ਕਰਦੇ कि what a devastating effect it's having on the industry.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I think, you know, in terms of the music that you make, you know, I guess the effect it had on me was that the album took a bit longer to come out. I tried not to let it affect the musical quality so much. But, you know, I guess for me now, it would not be difficult back in the days to go and sign a couple of £1 million deal, you know, with a major. But those days are gone, so it does affect the industry because right now, you know, it's all about having your own label, and it's like more like having a designer label. You know, it's like the fashion industry more than the music industry. But then the fashion industry is a good industry as well, and you know, I'm sure somewhere along the line there was things that you can get now free, which back in the days you probably would have had to pay for.
Right.
You know, I don't know, but so I mean, I'm not here to say that everyone who downloads stuff is basically doing damage. But definitely, anyone who downloads is a criminal. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, personally, I don't like to incriminate myself in any way. Right. Because I don't really want someone knocking on my door out of the blue saying, you know what, oh, by the way, you're going to be arrested and you're going down the station and we want to take your computer with us. Because my computer is worth too much and it's got too much information on there. All of my computers, you know, I mean, all of my baby equipment and everything. I don't want people walking in my lab with a sledgehammer, you know, just busting up my equipment.
I mean, sorry to cut you. You've set up a PMC record label as well.
Yeah.
Why did you feel the need to do that?
Well, initially, the reason I set that PMCrecords.com was because I wanted to provide like dumbis and instruments and just a bit of our cultural heritage to people who couldn't get their hands on it. Because obviously in England, if you really know where you're looking, you could probably go and find a dumbi. Yeah. But other places you can't, you know. So I just thought I'll box it up nice for you and I'll send it. And you know, and a reasonable price and everything.
Okay, so how much are you selling a dumbi for then?
About £25, I think. Or something. It could be 40, I don't know.
What? That is just out of this world.
How much do they go for?
£40.
But you know what? Look, we're talking packaging costs. We're talking, you know, we're talking.
And obviously, you're probably talking about, you know, anywhere in the world as well. And signed by Panjabi MC.
Well, they can be signed, yeah.
Is that extra cost then, or?
It might be. It might be. You'll have to go on the website. But yeah, listen, I'm not trying to rip no one. And so then, you know, then vinyls. I put my vinyls on there because at the end of the day, everybody's like, you know, we want to, you know, DJs like, we want to get your vinyls. We can't buy them, you know, especially Canada and places. So they can just order the.
Two quick sort of questions. Can we ever see you singing? I know you've talked about rapping. Lots of other producers have gone into singing.
I can sing, yeah.
Could you give us a blast?
No, I mean,
what kind of song would you sing if you sang?
It'd have to be English mixed with Punjabi.
Oh, okay.
A bit of Chinese or something. Now, I don't know. I guess you know what I could sing, but when I'm in the shower and stuff, I can sing. Trust me, I can sing.
No, but would you put your vocals on an album?
Well, I know people that have.
No, and, your vocals on another album.
No. I mean, I know.
I want to know if you would do yours.
Well, like I say, I might do. You know, I can sing, but I doubt it.
Okay. When's the next Assault on mainstream?
Assault on the mainstream. Well, whenever the people then pick up on stuff, I guess. You know, but you know, you know, as you know, I don't like doing interviews and I don't like promoting myself much because it's the same with the mainstream. I don't go out there pushing my stuff because, you know, I guess that if people like it, they'll pick up on it, you know.
Okay. One word of advice to our listeners or the up-and-coming producers, what would that be?
Well, yeah, I mean, like we was talking about, you know, the industry, how difficult it is and stuff. But, you know, it's just sign to PMC Records and it'll all be sorted out for you.
There you have it. Jindibadi, thank you so much. You've been most honest and it's been an absolute pleasure and you look so good and you are a celeb and do keep those shades on. Thank you very much for tuning into UK Bhangra Culture. Hopefully we've talked about to Panjabi MC. My thanks to him. Thanks to the whole team of UK Bhangra Culture because it's a team effort that this show comes to you. Keep tuned into Brit Asia TV and do join us next week. And Subhash Baji, I'll answer your shout out next week. For now, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਭਰੀ ਸਤਿਕਾਰ ਭਰੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ